before we go any further, actually before we start with the actual course, I need to show you where you can obtain the free luminosity masking panel, which I have right here on the right side of the menu in Photoshop. It's a free extension but very useful, and I use it daily and probably in every picture, in every project that I worked on. So you go to your search bar and type in Lumenzia. Just click on the gregbensphotography.com is the actual website. They have a full package, which is Lumenzia as an you see with the effect you can achieve using the Lumenzia panel, but this is about the full Lumenzia package, which is actually a paid software. We don't need this, I don't use it, I use the free luminosity masking panel. Just click on this blue button here. It will take you to the next page where you can fill in your information like email address, first name. Click here and join the club. Then you will get an email address including a zip file as an attachment, and when you extract the zip file you will get something like this. This is a folder with all the files extracted from this zip file that you will get into the mail message. And here is the install file, this is the uninstall file. This is the instructions PDF file. Just read it and you will see how easy it is. You should just run the Photoshop program as an administrator and then go to Photoshop and go to File, Scripts, Browse, and look for the install file. Just click on it, load, and it will ask you if you have read the license agreement and so on. Just click yes that you agree with it, and you will get the luminosity mask into Photoshop. You just need to go to window, and here you have to enable the luminosity masks, and then you will get this panel somewhere like this, and you should drag it to wherever you want to have it. I usually put it here, but you can put it whenever you want. So this is about the luminosity masks and about the actions, which are also included in the resources file of this lesson. You go here, and if you don't have this option here, go to window and enable actions. Now go here and just click this hamburger menu here and choose the load actions. Navigate to the place where you have downloaded the files from the resources in this lesson and choose the My Actions 18 file. In this case, because I already have this installed, I will not do it again. I will use this action that I have. Click load and it will load automatically into your Photoshop application. This action is not something that I use. This is something I created a long time ago manually to create these effects that this luminosity mask is doing. But the beauty of this luminosity mask and the big difference between this panel and My Actions is that you can just click on this cleanup button and it will remove everything that it creates. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I click the create masks, it will create also a bunch of files here about there are selections based on the luminosity of the image. Here it selects just the light parts, and then it goes to the the places. Then it chooses just the darker, and so on. But I can get the same effect by using my panel here, actually my action script, but I don't have the cleanup tool. And if you click this cleanup tool, it will remove all of the channels, which is very useful option to have. Okay, so I will just remove this one, and that's it about the actions installation. I will show you how to use it later. And next thing I want to show you is these 3 pages where you can find a lot of free stock photos, and you can use these pictures even for commercial purposes, and you don't have to pay anything for this. You can search for a big variety of images, just type in here what you need, and that's all. So this is the unsplash.com, pixabay.com and pexels.com. The pictures that we are going to work on during this course, and there are more than 25 if I'm not wrong at this moment. Most of them I got them from here, from unsplash.com, so check out those websites and you will see how extremely useful they are. Okay, this is it about this part. Now I want to show you another thing that is very, very important, and that's the usage of the pen tool. You have to learn how to use the pen tool as a first thing that you will learn in Photoshop, because it's the best tool for making the best selections. So I will show you what I'm talking about right now. If you, for example, have this image and you need to select this purse, for example, it's very easy to make a good selection, actually to make a quick selection by using the quick selection tool. And if you just click on the image, you will see that automatically it selects the purse, and then you can do something with it, maybe change the color by hue saturation, you see, something like this, maybe the brightness and so on. But the thing is that let me delete this adjustment layer. If you create a mask using this selection, I made this layer below with black color just to make the edges of the selection obvious. If you make a selection with quick selection tool, you see this is the quality, actually the lack of quality in the selection. You see the edges are so bad with this like stairs effect, and sometimes if it's a high quality image and the bad selection can be obviously visible, then this is a very wrong choice for you to make, because you will disappoint the client and they will not hire you again for any other future project. So now I will show you how different is the pen tool. The pen tool is not so fast, actually it's not fast at all, but it creates higher quality selection. I will show you what are the basics of the pen tool. If you want to select the purse, in this case you have to click somewhere near the edge, but inside the purse, not outside, not on the white space. So somewhere here, for example, click here to make the first starting point, maybe even a little more inside, and I'm moving this point just by using the arrow keys on the keyboard. So you click inside the purse, and now you make another point here. If I just make this point by clicking on with the mouse, that's it, I get a straight selection and I cannot adjust it. But if I do it differently, if I click and drag the mouse like this, I get these handles created, and I can use them to adjust the selection, the line between these two dots. So I just press and hold the Alt key on the keyboard, and I move this handle the way I like it to adjust this line to match the edges of the object that I'm trying to select. In this case it's a straight line, so we are not going to do anything about it. Now this handle, second handle, which is in the direction we are going to continue with the selection, it should be pointed into the direction where we are going to continue with the selection. Because if it's not, if it's, for example, like in this direction, and we continue here, you see, I make a selection, I make another point here, but because this is in this direction, it creates this curvature here. So this is not good. Of course we can tweak this and fix it, but this is wasting of your time. So the best thing to avoid this is to either point this to the direction when you're going to continue with the selection, or completely delete it by pressing the Alt key and clicking on the last point here, and you remove the handle. Now just continue in the direction that you want to go. And now we came to the corner here. Here you should point this again to the same direction and do something, for example, like this. And you use the both handles to tweak this curve here. Okay, and now we continue this way. Okay, now I would not go all the way around this purse because it will make this video too long and maybe even boring. I would just want to show you how the pen tool is used, and I will just close this selection on the other side to show you how the selecting is done on curved edges, like in this case. Another point here, drag it to make these candles appear, and now I will just tweak this curve here to follow the contours of the purse by using this handle. Okay, something like this. Now I will continue in this way. Again, I'm moving this with the arrows on the keyboard. Alt K on the keyboard and drag this to match the curve. Something like this. And when you come to the end, you just click on the first point and it will close the selection. Now I will zoom out a little bit. Right click inside the selection, click make selection, and you choose the right feather radius here. If the edge of the selection that you are making is around the sharp image, then you should be using either 0 pixels radius or maybe 0.3 or 0.5 or something like that. In this case I will use 0.5 pixels, and this is actually making the edge smoother or sharper. 0 pixels is the sharpest possible, and as you increase the number it gets smoother and smoother. So just click on the OK button, and this is the actual selection. Now I will make another mask here like in the previous case with the quick selection tool. I will invert it just to make it the same as the other one, and this is the effect that we get out of the usage of the pen tool. You see how smooth the edge is. There are no stairs. The edge is perfect, and it can follow the contours of the purse perfectly. Okay, this is why I'm always pushing the usage of the pen tool in the first place. Okay, since we get all these things sorted out, it's time to continue with the more interesting and more useful lessons. Thank you.